Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, The Crafty Closet. Today I'm going to be showing you guys how to use a patterned heat transfer vinyl along with your regular heat transfer vinyl to make yourselves an awesome image and put it on your shirt. So for this project, you're going to need a light colored sweatshirt. Then you're going to need a patterned heat transfer vinyl. Now I am using the Tint Nut brand pattern heat transfer vinyl. You get several different patterns in this package, but the one I chose for us today is going to be this cute little smiley face. You're going to also need your regular heat transfer vinyl. So I'm using the Siser brand heat transfer vinyl in the colors of pink and black, and also your heat press. Don't know what it's going to look like when you put pattern heat transfer vinyl mixed with your regular heat transfer vinyl and you put it all together and you put it on the shirt. Well, I'm going to show you guys exactly what it looks like when we're done. Don't know how to do any of this? Well, you know what you got to do. You got to stick around. Okay, crafty, so we're going to head on over to our design space and I'm going to show you guys how to use the pattern heat transfer vinyl with the 3D effect. So the first thing I want to do is want to get the font that we'll be using for this design. So the font is BFC Indie, and this is a Cricut Design Space font. So you'll just go up to your fonts, you'll type in the word BFC Indie, the font will come up here, and then that's the one you're going to put on your canvas. Now, as you see, we have our font already here, and we're going to go ahead and type out what we're going to be putting on our shirt. So I'm going with good, and then I'm going to do it again, vibes, and then I'm going to do it again, only. Now, the reason I didn't attach this as one saying is because I'm going to show you guys why shortly. But this is what we're working on. This is what our words are going to be. So now, as you can see, it says good vibes only. This is exactly what I want. And now I'm going to do a few things. So now we're going to work on the word vibes. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hide the good and I'm going to hide the only. Now, the reason why I'm working on the word vibes is because for some reason, as you can see right here, the V and the I don't have a nice little space in it like the rest of these letters do. So I'm going to fix that really easily. Now, you could do letter space up here, and that will give you the proportion, what you need. So I did this to 0.9 and now I like the way it looks. So I'm going to keep that this way. Now this font is it prints out pretty short. So it's not a long font, it's a short font. So I'm just going to make this font a little larger. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take off our lock, and I'm just going to pull it down some. So now, as you can see, I got the font to 1.83, and now I'm good to go with that. So we're going to go back and we are going to keep that the way it is. Now I'm going to bring up the word good. So now I have this big so you guys can see it better than if I was actually making it a little smaller on the canvas, because I noticed I wanted to make sure that you guys can see it on whatever device you're watching this video. So now we're going to make the word good. Okay, so we're gonna make this word, so we're going to make this larger, right? So I want this larger. I'm going to bring this down up here. So now you have the word good, you have the word vibes, and then we're going to hide our vibes. And I only hide it so I can give myself more room and space and area to work with. So now we're going to ungroup the word good. And we're ungrouping it because we're going to make our O larger, because this is going to be the focus for our pattern heat transfer vinyl. So now I'm going to go with the first O. And this says 2.14 by 2.35. So I'm going to make this just a little bigger. Now you see it says 2.8 by 3.0. Now what I'm going to do is I could actually just pull the second O out and make it the same way, but I'm going to delete it. And then I'm going to go back to my first O and I'm going to duplicate it. And now I have the exact same sizing. So now we're going to bring our letters over here so they are smaller. And now we're going to just space this out a little bit so that they look good together. And now I'm going to make sure these are proportionate. So how I do that is I'm going to just highlight the O, highlight the O's, excuse me. I'm going to highlight the O's, as so. And now I'm going to align, and I'm going to align the bottom so that now I know they're proportioned top and bottom. And now my G and my D look good. I'm just going to slide this over just a taste. And I'm happy with this. Now next, before I group this back into one word, I'm going to bring the O up. And this is because when we put our offset behind this, it's going to make it look a lot better when we put it all together. So now that we brought that up, I'm going to go back again. I'm going to highlight them, make sure they are proportioned where they're at, because they're not attached to the G and the O. So make sure they're aligned. They are. And now we're good to go. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to group this word back together. Now you have your word good. You have your word vibes. We're going to unhide it. And then we have our word only. Now, here we go. We're going to bring this out. We're going to make this smaller, and then we're going to bring this and make this bigger, and voila. This is the text that we are going to be putting on our shirt. And I highlighted, I made the emphasis on the good and the emphasis on the only. I wanted those two to stand out. So now that I'm happy with all of this, I'm going to go ahead and put the offset behind it. And now we're going to pull it out just a little because I want all of it to be just like this. You see how it all attaches? So now when we go apply, there we go. We have our offset. And now next, I'm going to change the color because the color of my text is actually like a purple. So let's go here. I'm going to change this to... Okay, actually let's backtrack, y'all. Let's hide vibes and only because I did something wrong. Boom. We're going to have vibes and we're going to go back. We're going to hide the offset and then we're going to go here. Now, I did something wrong and I'm going to show you exactly what I did. I'm going to go back and ungroup this. And now I'm going to hide this. We're going to hide the O and the other O. And now we're going to bring back the word vibes and only. And I'm going to attach this as one text. So we're going to group this all together. And now we're going to bring back our two O's before we do our offset. Boom, boom. Now, these two, let me just make sure we group this together. Let me hide our good vibes only. Boom, boom, and boom. Yes, so see I did it wrong. So, I'm gonna make sure I group those words. And now I'm gonna hide them. And now I'm gonna make sure this is grouped together because once I unhid it, it was all together. And now we're gonna change this to pink because that's the color of our vinyl. And now we're gonna unhide our double O's. We're gonna change this to purple because that's the color of our printed pattern heat transfer vinyl. Now here we go. Now we're gonna add the offset. So I'm going to add the offset again. And it still stayed in the same inches that we wanted it, the same size and width. So that's great. I'm going to hit apply. And here we go. Now it's the razzle dazzle time. I'm going to show you guys how you give it that 3D effect. So we're going to take our O's and we're going to bring those up. And then we're going to take our good vibes only wording and bring it down. And there you have it. Now you have that 3D effect where it looks like it's coming, the words are coming out at you when you put it on your shirt. And remember that our purple that we changed the 2 double O's to is actually the pattern heat transfer vinyl. So now that we're done with this, you know I gotta put it on the shirt, y'all. So I'm gonna just hide this. And then, oh, you know what? I'm gonna give y'all a 2-for-1. So I'm gonna slide this over here, and I chose the same thing, same wording, same font again, but I put a different pattern heat transfer vinyl on it. So I'll just show you how I did that really quick. We're gonna go back to text. Now this one I actually just made it one simple text. So I'm gonna go, what I did was choose happy. Ha. Now this is going to be a different color, different pattern vinyl. I'll show you guys. You'll see it in the end of the video. You got to make sure you stick around to the end to see what we put for the choose happy. Now let's just take that out right now. And now let's put this on the shirt. Now you know they don't have a sweatshirt, so I'm going to use hoodie. I really wish they would add a sweatshirt template for Cricut Design Space. Now here we go. Now I'm using like a mint type green hoodie. So this one was a little, it wasn't as hard as I thought it would be to find the actual color of my sweater. So my sweatshirt. So there you go. I found it really easy, and now I'm just gonna hide, you know, of course I have to hide my boxes. I'm gonna bring this down, and here we go. Now, of course, remember to measure your shirt. You know, you guys got to make sure you do your length and your width to the size that you want it to be on your shirt. Now, of course, this says 10 by 8 by 6 by 7. It's pretty big. So, of course, I fixed it to the actual dimensions that I really wanted, which was 9 by 1 by, like, I think 7. So, I'm not going to keep y'all longer than I want to or have to. As always, I appreciate you for watching. Make sure you hit the like button. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button and also the notification bell. As always, I appreciate you. This is the Crafty Closet, and make sure you stick around to the end so you can see how these shirts come out. Y'all take it easy.